In a world brimming with voices, Necessary Dialogue stands out as your go-to podcast, diving deep into the heart of social issues that shape our existence. We tackle everything from environmental challenges to social justice, exploring topics that ignite passion and drive change. And for the storytellers among us, authors looking to promote their books that resonate with these themes find a special spot in our dialogue. Are you curious? Inspired? An author with a vision? Find us and connect through the email in our About page. Necessary Dialogue isn't just a podcast, it's a beacon for understanding, action, and unity. Tune in, contribute your voice, and let's spark the necessary conversations today for a brighter tomorrow.
Nanoplastics, often referred to within the context of plastic pollution, are tiny plastic particles that measure less than 1 micrometer in size. These particles represent a specific category within the broader classification of plastic debris, which includes microplastics, less than 5 millimeters, nanoplastics, less than 1 micrometer, and possibly mesoplastics, 5 to 25 millimeters. The distinction between these categories is significant for research and environmental policy due to their varying impacts on ecosystems and human health. Nanoplastics originate from both primary sources, such as direct releases into the environment in their nano form from products like cosmetics, and secondary sources, which include the degradation of larger plastic items into smaller particles. The concern with nanoplastics lies in their potential for harm. Due to their minuscule size, they can easily enter biological systems, potentially leading to adverse health effects in humans and animals. These particles have been found to adhere to cells and tissues, leading to various toxic effects, including inflammation and cellular damage. The study and understanding of nanoplastics are crucial due to their pervasive presence in the environment and their potential for significant impact on both ecosystems and human health. Given their tiny size, nanoplastics can be more challenging to detect and study than larger plastic particles, posing additional challenges for researchers trying to understand their distribution, accumulation, and effects. Nanoplastic pollution has raised significant concerns regarding its impact on both animals and humans, primarily because of the unique challenges posed by the minuscule size of these particles. Here's a detailed look into how nanoplastic pollution affects animals and humans. Impact on animals. Ingestion and accumulation. Nanoplastics can be ingested by marine and terrestrial animals, either directly through polluted water and food or indirectly through the food chain. Due to their small size, nanoplastics easily penetrate biological membranes, accumulating in various tissues and organs. Health effects. Studies have shown that nanoplastics can cause inflammation, oxidative stress, and even physical damage to cells and tissues in animals. This can lead to a range of adverse health outcomes, including reduced growth, impaired reproductive function, and increased mortality rates. Aquatic species, such as fish, have been observed to suffer from developmental and reproductive issues upon exposure to nanoplastics. Behavioral changes. Exposure to nanoplastics has been linked to changes in feeding behavior, decreased predator avoidance, and altered activity levels in some species, potentially affecting their survival and reproduction. Impact on humans. Exposure pathways. Humans can be exposed to nanoplastics through various routes, including ingestion, via contaminated food and water, inhalation, through airborne particles, and dermal absorption. Seafood consumption is a particularly concerning pathway due to the accumulation of nanoplastics in marine organisms. Health risks. The potential health risks of nanoplastic exposure to humans are still being researched, but concerns include cellular toxicity, inflammation, and disruption of cellular functions. Nanoplastics may also act as carriers for other harmful pollutants, including heavy metals and organic contaminants, which can adhere to their surfaces and be co-transported into the human body. Research gaps. Despite the growing body of evidence indicating potential risks, the precise health implications of long-term exposure to nanoplastics in humans remain largely unknown. This is due to the complexity of studying such small particles and their interactions with biological systems, as well as the variability in particle shape, size, and chemical composition. Environmental and health policy implications. The pervasive presence and potential impacts of nanoplastics necessitate urgent research and policy interventions. This includes developing methods for detecting and quantifying nanoplastics in the environment and in organisms, understanding their behavior and fate in biological systems, and evaluating their health impacts more thoroughly. Regulatory frameworks may need to be updated to address the sources of nanoplastic pollution, mitigate their release into the environment, and protect public health. While the full extent of nanoplastic pollution's impact on animals and humans is still being uncovered, the evidence points to a need for precautionary measures to manage and reduce this form of pollution. Further research is essential to fully understand the implications and develop effective strategies for mitigation. Addressing nanoplastic pollution requires a multifaceted approach, combining efforts to reduce plastic production and consumption, enhance waste management practices, and develop innovative technologies for plastic degradation and removal. Here are some potential solutions and strategies to mitigate nanoplastic pollution. Prevention at source. Reduce plastic use, encouraging the reduction of single-use plastics and promoting alternatives, biodegradable materials, reusable products, can significantly decrease plastic waste generation. Product design and regulations. Designing products for easier recycling and longer lifespans, along with stricter regulations on plastic production and waste, can help minimize the release of plastics into the environment. Improved waste management. Enhanced recycling techniques. Developing advanced recycling methods that can effectively process various types of plastics can reduce the volume of plastic waste that ends up in landfills or the natural environment. Proper waste disposal infrastructure. Improving waste collection, sorting, and disposal infrastructure, especially in regions lacking adequate facilities, is crucial to prevent plastic leakage into ecosystems. Innovative cleanup technologies. Nanotechnology for plastic degradation. Research into nanotechnology offers promising avenues for breaking down plastics into harmless byproducts. This includes the development of nanomaterials that catalyze the degradation of plastics under specific conditions. Bioremediation. Utilizing microorganisms or enzymes that can degrade plastics into less harmful substances. Certain bacteria and fungi have shown the ability to break down plastics, including nanoplastics, under controlled conditions. Policy and regulation. International agreements, global cooperation and agreements on reducing plastic production, improving waste management, and investing in research for alternatives are essential to address the transboundary nature of plastic pollution. National and local legislation, implementing policies that limit the use of certain plastics, promote recycling, and impose penalties for improper plastic disposal can significantly mitigate pollution. Research and education. Investment in research, funding research into the sources, fate, and effects of nanoplastics, as well as potential mitigation strategies, is critical for understanding and addressing the issue comprehensively. Public awareness campaigns. Educating the public about the impact of plastic waste and the importance of reducing plastic use can drive consumer behavior towards more sustainable choices. Circular economy principles. Adopting circular economy models, shifting towards a circular economy, where products are designed for reuse, repair, and recycling, can significantly reduce waste and prevent plastic pollution. This includes creating market demand for recycled materials and designing products with their entire life cycle in mind. The complexity of nanoplastic pollution necessitates collaborative efforts across governments, industries, researchers, and communities. By implementing these strategies, it is possible to reduce the production and release of nanoplastics, mitigate their impact on the environment and human health, and move towards more sustainable and plastic-free ecosystems.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.